Watch this video and I will show you how Bob used German New Medicine to get his ulcerative colitis symptoms under control. I'm going to share a quick little clip of his testimonial video, and then I will go into the details on exactly what he did to get better when boring diets were not working.
The day that I did German New Medicine, everything was fine. And I figure because I was taking the supplements for about 2 weeks and still seeing no improvement for 2 weeks. German New Medicine hit, and it's like, boom, that day, I've been fine ever since. Yeah, so I watched all your videos, and especially the ones on UC, and I really I journaled about some things that I thought maybe I was still holding on to.
Okay.
And so actually the night before, my wife watched the videos with me because I figure, there's a lot of emotional components there. We've been married forever. She kind of knows what's been going on in my life as well. And we literally had like a 2-hour conversation after watching some of those videos about, okay, what could it be? What happened in your past? What are situations that have come up in the past or around all this time? And we just talked through just a bunch of stuff. It was a really great talk, and she just helped me narrow down what it might be. So I'm like, okay, I just need to let all this stuff go. So I got out a notebook and just started writing about what happened, how it made me feel, the fact that, hey, I don't need to be worried about these things anymore. A lot of the things that I wrote about are great life lessons that I've been able to learn from, things that I can pass on to my kids. If my kids have issues, like, hey, I've been there, done that. Here's how to handle those situations. So it was really that, just writing everything out. A few hours later, I had the most perfectly formed bowel movement. Now, my bowel movements were formed before, but it was just one of those bowel movements where, like, this is different. There was no blood in it, and it's been fine ever since.
Okay, so Bob's conflict shock, the stressful event that caught him off guard, was a bad house remodeling project. It was just a total nightmare. So they were replacing the septic tank system. That's the system that holds all the poop from the toilet, the sewage system. And there was it was just a nightmare because they got some contractor come do it, and then they did it wrong, and then the city was, freaking out and going to fine them. So it's this really nasty situation that lasted for quite a while. I think it was like a whole year process, and all they were trying to do was switch out a septic tank, and it was a total nightmare. It cost them a ton of money. And so somewhere in this process, he suffered an indigestible morsel, an indigestible thing in his life. He couldn't digest this remodeling project or what the government was doing, the city government was doing to him, or what his plumbers and his contractors were just stealing money from him. It was like a total nightmare situation. But during this process, he did not have symptoms. His body was building extra gut cells to help him digest and absorb this indigestible thing in his life. When we experience this conflict shock that threatens our survival, our body tries to increase our chances of survival by putting an organ into overdrive. Every organ has a survival purpose. And so the way he experienced it is he was trying to digest and absorb this thing in his life. The brainstem is controlled, the intestines is controlled by the brainstem. It is the oldest part of the brain. It does not know the difference between food and the difference between things in our lives. So finally, after months of torture, this conflict finally got resolved, and that's when his symptoms started. He started to get blood and mucus and diarrhea. And so he did the logical thing. What most people do, they go to the doctor, they prescribe drugs. The drugs weren't working, and then he tried diets, and diets worked to some. He got some relief from his symptoms doing drugs and diets. But he knew something was missing, something wasn't feeling quite right, and that's when he discovered my YouTube channel. He discovered German New Medicine, and it just lined up perfectly. He was like, yes, it was this and that. I remember this was so super stressful. And so what he did when he learned the basics of German New Medicine, he said, "Oh wow, okay, all food is safe," because he was, he started going down the holistic and naturopathic route, and he started developing all these food tracks. This food isn't safe, and if you perceive a food as indigestible, when you eat this food, when you experience this food, your body's going to create extra gut cells to help you try to digest it, and then when it leaves your consciousness, is going to get rid of these extra gut cells. And so if you have like this big, if like half the, dairy isn't good for you, gluten's not good for you, it just, the program just runs over and over and over and over and over again. When he was going through his flare, he lost about he was weighing like 160 pounds and he was like 6'2". That's pretty skinny for someone who is over 6 feet tall. So when he started German New Medicine, the first thing, this is the root cause. German New Medicine has been verified by over 76 other doctors. I've seen it work in so many cases. It's how our body is designed. Once we understand what our body is doing, it's not trying to self-implode. It's just trying to heal from the stressful period, and we're not allowing it because the way we perceive the world, the stress in our lives, is keeping it from completing. So the first thing he did was he stopped blaming foods. He kept telling himself all food is safe. Anytime he ate some food, he told himself all food is safe. Every time he got symptoms, he told himself all food is safe. I'm just getting rid of extra gut cells. Awesome. Bloody diarrhea? Awesome. I'm just getting rid of extra gut cells. If you have really bad bloody diarrhea and you're getting anemic and you're getting pale, you should go to the hospital and get a blood transfusion. But if you're just having like a little bit of blood in your stool, what's going on is the body is removing these extra gut cells. It's removing physical flesh from your body. So there's going to be a little bit of blood. There's going to be a little bit of mucus. And so he stopped blaming foods. He started to journal and write down things he was getting emotional about. And he actually still was like, reminiscing about this house remodeling project. So essentially what he did is he journaled, got a cup of coffee, sat down, he got a pen and paper and he journaled how he felt about this. And then all the negative emotions that came out on paper, he changed his perspective on this. So like, oh yeah, the plumbers really, took advantage of me. I'm never going to trust a plumber again. Instead, he changed that belief to, hey, this is a good learning experience where I can help out my friends and children. So he changed it. He changed his perception of these things that he was getting negatively emotional about from negative to a positive perspective. Because when we like experience a negative emotion and it's tied to a special program, the house has been brought up again. We need to develop extra gut cells. And then when it gets resolved, we get rid of those extra gut cells. So that's essentially all he did. He told himself all food is safe. He learned the basics of German New Medicine because learning the basics of G&M changes your belief system. So you believe now, your subconscious is run by your beliefs. So now instead of believing all food is dangerous, all food is safe now. So it's not starting up this program every time he eats a not safe food. Now he learns German New Medicine, and he's not going to get all worked up when he gets a symptom, and he knows that his body is just running the motions on this special program. He did an awesome job of identifying his tracks. He journaled he walked around with a piece of paper and he journaled, this is what I get emotional about, and then he neutralized those things. He changed it. He just changed it from a negative perspective to a positive perspective. And literally over the course of 2 months, he gained 25 pounds. And he eats whatever he wants now. That's how you get better. It is easy to get better when you address the root cause of the problem. It is not possible to get better when you don't address the root cause of the problem, like all the other programs you see out there. Our program, our Rapid Gut Healing Program, is only $497. He enrolled in our Rapid Gut Healing Program, but even people who do not buy our program, who just watch my free boot camp that you can sign up for, or you can watch my free YouTube videos, even people who do not buy my program and watch all my free content, they get better. You could get better just by watching this video, honestly. But in my Rapid Gut Healing Program, you can work with me and my other coaches. My other coaches all used to suffer from gut health issues, and now they're all better thanks to German New Medicine, thanks to addressing the root cause of the problem. If you go anywhere else, you're going to pay $1,000 for some sort of course or some sort of consultation or coaching, and then they're going to go turn around and go tell you to buy $1,000 worth of supplements and organic foods, and they're going to. I'm not kidding you guys. I had one holistic coach I was working with told me to go get my blood oxygenated, which it could help, but it wasn't addressing the root cause of my gut issues. I've seen people spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on stem cells, thousands and thousands and thousands on hyperbolic oxygen chambers, doing coffee enemas, and it does not work because it does not address the emotional root cause of the problem. My program has over 20 hours of very simple, easy to understand, accept and absorb and digest information, German New Medicine explained from a gut health perspective for everyday people. You don't have to have a medical degree to understand this stuff. I lay it out in very simple terms. We have a Facebook support group, which me and my coaches will answer all your questions every single day. And twice a week, we do live Q&As where you can meet with me or one of my other gut health coaches who's healed themselves using German New Medicine, and we'll answer all of your questions face-to-face on a Zoom call. If you don't want to talk to us face-to-face, that's fine. You can just share the audio. But it really helps to be able to talk to someone and have them hold your hand through the process, show you exactly what to do, tell you exactly what to do. We've helped many people get better, and it really helps when you have someone with experience guiding you through this process. We also have 100 hours, over 100 hours and counting, of live Q&A recordings where we walk students through the process of identifying their conflict, identifying their tracks, and neutralizing their tracks, and what supplements will aid the healing process. Very minimal supplements. We don't have any strict diets. All food is safe, guys. I want to show you how to use German New Medicine to address the root cause so you can get better, so that you can get back to your life, whatever it is that you want to do. Go out on dates and meet your future wife, meet your future husband. Maybe it's spend more time with your family and your kids. Maybe it's excelling in your career. Maybe it's go traveling. It is impossible to do these things when your gut health is out of control. It is miserable traveling when you got to be on these special diets and that they're impossible to follow while you're traveling. I want to show you how to live like a normal person, and I've helped many people do this inside my Rapid Gut Healing Program. It's only $497. It will be the best investment of your life, and there's no risk involved because there's a 3-month money-back guarantee. If you come in, you watch the videos, it's action-based. If you watch the videos, you ask questions in the Facebook group, get your questions answered by people who have already, fixed themselves. You join the live Q&As and you talk to us, and you don't get the results that you want, the money will be back in your bank account. Our payment system on my website is encrypted. All the information that goes to and from my website is encrypted. We use a super popular payment system where everything's encrypted. Everything is safe, and that's it, guys. Remember, you have to address the root cause first, and we're going to show you how to do that, and no one else will show you how to do that. We're the only ones who do that, and good luck healing.